Hello guys, so this week's menu, we've kept it quite summary. Three really nice dishes, the sort of things that I really like to eat. The first dish is my play on a Caesar salad. So we've got some baby gem here, which you'll need to prep. We've left it like this because it keeps fresher like this. So obviously we take the bottom off. You will need to wash this. Just check through the leaves. Any that are not particularly crisp, just discard. So we're gonna take half a lettuce per person because the dressing's quite rich. You don't want any more than that. So the way to wash it basically is just in a colander, and then you can use a salad spinner if you've got one. They're actually pretty cool. I know they're kind of like a 1970s classic, but actually they work really well. If not, just pop it in a tea towel and just give it a quick spin around. So I'm just going to do some very quick wash now. So we've spun the lettuce, got it nice and dry. Now we're going to dress it. Make sure it is dry because it will dilute the dressing too much otherwise and it will go all watery. So the dressing, this is kind of like a Caesar salad, but it's sort of my play on it. So we make the base with, it's mostly aged Parmesan, so it's aged for 3 years, blitzed down. It's got things like miso in there as well. It's not heavy like a traditional kind of Caesar dressing. It's not kind of claggy. So I'm just going to give it a quick dress. And there should be about the right amount of dressing. I've tried to, because it's hard to gauge, I've tried to give you just the right amount to dress it. So don't quite put it all on. Just give it a quick dress in the bowl. So obviously just make sure it's evenly coated. You don't need any seasoning or anything in this, it's been seasoned optimally. So I'm going to use all the dressing. I like it quite heavily dressed. So we just pop it on our plate. Probably easier in a bowl, to be honest, but why make life easy for yourself? Right, so to finish it, rather than the usual kind of just plain and croutons, you've got one of my favourite ingredients, which is smoked eel. So smoked eel's a kind of gastronomic product that you normally only find in fancy restaurants because it's very rare these days, but I use it a lot. It's got a lot of flavour. Just going to break it up into pieces. And to finish, just take a small amount of Parmesan. Really beautiful Parmesan this. That's it. So that's our smoked eel Caesar salad. So I think we're all missing holidays right now, so I wanted to do a nice kind of summery dish that feels like you're on holiday. So I thought we'd do something quite classic. We've got confit of duck. We've got some dauphinoise potatoes, we've got my special recipe ratatouille, a little bit of basil oil. So first thing we're going to do is take the duck out of the bag, dry it off, and just for presentation we're just going to trim it. So just take a knife, just run it around here, and then basically just peel all this off so you get a clean bone. Nice clean bowl. Okay, just going to wash my hands. So, to reheat the dauphinoise, I've just made a little tray here out of foil. You can do it in a pan or whatever, as long as it's not something it's going to stick to. We pop it in a moderate oven, about 140, 150, just to let it warm through, which is going to take about 25, 30 minutes. We're going to cook the confit after that. Basically, we just grill it. I'll show you the process for that. But I'm just going to pop this in first. And I would say as well, before you do anything, put the oven on and get your bread in there straight away. Get that nice and hot, get it nice and crusty. About 150, you can leave it in about half an hour and it'll be much nicer to eat. So I'll just wait for that to heat up and then I'll come back to you in a second. I'm going to show you how to cook the confit. So we're going to cook the confit now. So the dauphinoise is warmed up in the oven. I'm going to change it from the oven to the grill. I'm going to pop the dauphinoise in the bottom so it's away from the grill. First of all, we're going to take a pan and heat it up. So if you don't have a good pan like this, obviously be mindful of the fact that it needs to have a heat resistant handle. Also be mindful of the fact that when you bring it out of the oven, don't touch it because it'll be very hot. You need a towel or an oven glove, etc. A couple of people have burnt themselves doing that. So we're just going to get a moderate heat on it. And what we're trying to do here is we're going to put some heat into the pan and it's going to crisp the bottom, but we don't want it too hot because it'll overcook, because the radiant heat from the grill will also heat the base of the pan, so it'll cook on both sides. Little tip I'll give you, just do this very lightly. Just put a little holes in the skin, because when we cook it, the skin will puff up and it can pop. So you want it a fair bit away from the grill. So I'll just show you where I've got it mine set. So that's about the right amount of heat. So I'll pop it onto the grill. And it's kind of one step down from the grill. And I'm going to need to watch that. It'll be okay for quite a few minutes, but total cooking time for this is going to be probably 10 to 15 minutes. You want it nice and crispy. Don't rush it, just take your time, have a glass of wine, stand there watching it, it'll be ready. I'll show you when it's perfect, and then I'll talk you through any of the issues that you might experience. So my confit is ready. You can see lovely crispy skin, just as it should be. The underside nice and crispy as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to let this drain off. Just pop it on there. Obviously the pan's going to stay red hot, so get it out of the way. I've got my dauphinoise nicely reheated. So plating this up is really simple. It's up to you what you do with the ratatouille. Personally, I like it at room temperature. I just find the contrast of it being I just think it tastes better, it has more flavour. But you can of course warm it up. If you do warm it up, warm it gently, don't get it red piping hot. So, really simple to put together. Be wary that the bone will be hot as well, don't forget that. And then we're just going to finish it with a little bit of basil oil, just to bring a bit of that summer into the dish. And that's it. So So for dessert, we're going to have one of my favourite desserts. I think it's a perfect kind of summertime dessert. It's fragrant. The main element is a pistachio and olive oil cake that has orange and lemon in it. It's very kind of vibrant in flavour. The way we're going to plate it is basically we've got some creme anglaise here. You can warm this if you like. I personally prefer it chilled on the plate. If you are going to warm it, do bear in mind that it is proper anglaise that has eggs in it, so it will scramble, so you have to do it really, really gently. So we're just going to pop some of that in the middle, real simple. Now, pop my cake on, as you can see, with the pistachio nuts and everything. We just got a little bit of coulis. I'll just put a little bit on there. You can do whatever you want with this. Obviously, you can put some around the plate or whatever you want. If you've got a squeezy bottle, you can use it. And then I'm just going to put some raspberries on. And then we just got these crispy raspberry bits, which I absolutely love. They just add a texture element as well as boost the flavour. There you go, that's our dessert. Thanks again for everyone that's bought a cook along. The response has been absolutely amazing. We're so pleased with it. It's going really great for us. One thing I would say, just talk you through it again. The bread, get that in the oven. Obviously the dauphinoise need to go in as well. The other thing that I'd say is the olive oil cake is nicer when it's at room temperature, so I'd take that out and give it at least an hour to kind of warm up. Also the ratatouille, as I say, you can heat it, but I prefer it kind of ambient temperature. I'd really, really appreciate it if you could share all your meals on social media. So it's The Kitchen and Cook on Instagram, Gourmet Dining Room on Facebook, obviously my personal profile, Michael Price. Thanks ever so much. Take care.